All right, one last check of the forecast because it's a Friday night. We've got a big weekend ahead of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the temperatures in the morning still going to be nice and warm, 80 degrees. But I think by the
You're avoiding sugars, Thayank. But are these 7 sugar-free sweeteners secretly hitting your blood like a freight train? Today we're exposing the silent swaps that can spike your blood sugar, overload your liver, or keep your cravings stuck on high. Stay to the end and you'll know which labels to ditch instantly, which ones mess with your gut, and the simple swap that calms cravings instead of feeding them. Number 1. High-fructose corn syrup. You skip spoon sugar, but HFCS sneaks in through ketchup, soft buns, salad dressings, and light labels. It sounds efficient, yet the heavy workload lands directly on your liver. Here's the truth. Glucose goes system-wide. Fructose goes straight to the liver, and that's the conflict. Glucose bumps your meter so you see the rise. Fructose stays quiet on blood sugar, but can still drive fat production in the liver and push up triglycerides. Think sodas, energy drinks, and long-shelf snacks. They lean on high-fructose corn syrup for cheap sweetness and texture. Studies link high fructose loads to fatty liver and lipid changes. Regulators allow it, but nutrition groups warn that excess added sugar, especially fructose-heavy sugar, stacks up fast. And the kicker? Fructose dodges fullness cues, so you keep sipping and snacking like your tank has no gauge. Bottom line, if you see high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup solids, drop it. Choose water, unsweet tea, or fruit plus protein to calm cravings. Ready for a sweetener that hides under a sugar-free halo? Let's go. Number 2. Aspartame. 0 calories doesn't mean 0 impact. Aspartame looks clean on paper for most people, but there's more going on than the label shows. Regulators set an acceptable daily intake and still call it safe, but some people report headaches or mood dips, and those with phenylketonuria, PKU, must avoid it due to phenylalanine. Newborns are screened for PKU, and products containing aspartame must warn about it. Headlines add heat too. One agency flagged a cancer hazard, while the FDA, Health Canada, and EFSA still give a green light at normal intakes. Your body breaks aspartame into 2 amino acids and methanol. At typical doses, that's expected, but research on weight and metabolic effects is mixed, not a clean win. Bottom line, if you get headaches after diet soda or you're risk-averse, skip it. Choose water, mineral water with citrus, stevia, or monk fruit. Now for a sweetener that survives the oven. Number 3. Sucralose, Splenda. People bake with sucralose because it stays sweet at high heat. No browning, no burning, no fading. But here's the concern. Regulators approve it, yet research raises flags about gut bacteria shifts and how it disconnects sweetness from calories, leaving your brain chasing sweet all day. Sucralose mostly passes through unmetabolized, but lab studies and small trials show changes in gut microbes and hints of weaker glucose control when sweet doesn't match energy. Some studies show no effect. But the biggest issue? The taste-reward loop. Intense sweetness trains your palate to want more, meaning more snacks, bigger portions, and a harder time resetting cravings. Bottom line, if you're trying to cut cravings, sucralose works against you. Try half sugar with cinnamon, vanilla, or small amounts of allulose or monk fruit blends. Another 0-calorie packet shows up everywhere too. Number 4. Acesulfame Potassium, ACE-K. Sugar-free doesn't mean safer. ACE-K often hides in blends to smooth harsh aftertastes in diet drinks and long-shelf snacks. It's 200 times sweeter than sugar, heat-stable, and cheap, so it ends up in baked goods, flavored mixes, and diet sodas. Agencies approve it at set limits. But early research raises questions about ACE-K's effects on gut bacteria and how your body handles insulin and glucose, especially when multiple sweeteners are combined, which is exactly how it's used. Blends keep sweetness sky high while calories stay low, nudging you to chase sweet all day. Like a dimmer switch turned up so far that normal light feels dull. Bottom line, if ACE-K appears alongside another sweetener in the top half of the ingredients list, put it back. An old school packet is next. Number 5. Saccharin. You've seen it forever, Pink packets at diners, tiny tablets in coffee shops. Saccharin is one of the oldest artificial sweeteners and far stronger than sugar. The tension? Early rat studies tied it to bladder cancer and triggered warning labels. Later reviews showed that link didn't apply to humans, and the warnings were removed. But the trust gap never fully closed. Here's what matters today. Intense sweetness shifts your taste bar. Fruit tastes dull. Plain yogurt tastes sour. You need bigger, louder sweet hits to feel satisfied. That makes cravings worse, not better. Regulators approve saccharin, but dietitians often recommend avoiding intense sweeteners when trying to reduce cravings or improve metabolic markers. Bottom line, trying to reset cravings? Saccharin adds noise. Go for black coffee with cinnamon, lightly sweet dairy, or gradually wean down. Now for a non-sweet sweetener that spikes fast. Number 6. Maltodextrin. You see it as a harmless filler. No sweetness, smooth texture, easy mix. But maltodextrin hits your bloodstream fast. Its glycemic index is extremely high, often higher than table sugar. So a sugar-free label can still trigger a big glucose and insulin surge. You'll find maltodextrin in electrolyte powders, flavored yogurts, dressings, sauces, keto snacks, and even inside packets of zero-cal sweeteners to help them pour like sugar. Sweetness isn't the signal here, the blood sugar spike is. Research also raises concerns about high intakes stressing the gut barrier, especially when used heavily. Bottom line, managing blood sugar? Remove maltodextrin first. Choose whole food carbs or texture blends like inulin or psyllium. Time for the natural syrup with the sneakiest halo. Number 7. Agave Nectar. The bottle says low glycemic. The label says natural. But low G, I doesn't mean low impact. Agave nectar is often extremely high in fructose. Fructose doesn't spike your meter, but it does pile work onto the liver, contributing to fat production and higher triglycerides. Think of it like moving a traffic jam off the highway and into a side street. The backup still hurts, just out of sight. Health groups warn that all added sugars count, and high fructose syrups, natural or not, stress metabolism when used heavily. Bottom line, treat agave like any added sugar, and be stricter if you care about liver health. Use fruit, a teaspoon of maple or honey, or skip the sweet entirely in savory dishes. Final takeaway. The biggest problem isn't sugar alone, it's 3 traps. Fast spikes from maltodextrin, hidden liver load from high fructose syrups, intense sweeteners keeping your palate stuck on max sweetness. Read every label. If you spot HFCS, maltodextrin, agave, aspartame, sucralose, ACE-K, or saccharin, put it back. Swap in water, mineral water with citrus, fruit-forward snacks, and gentler sweet hits. Bottom line, cut the stealth sweeteners and cravings finally quiet down. Want the truth about what's actually safe and a simple 7-day plan to reset cravings? Subscribe to Savvy Shopper 1 and stay tuned for the next guide.